Yatugende mushoti. Yatugende kweweko.
Kameka.
Mushtonde.
Chebera lo mushoti.
Eba shoti.
Ate kiro kya mmeka.
Yana sura? Yatugende mushoti ina meka.
Ale namukasanvu toyita.
Buba mutwalo byonna.
Atwale.
Sex work is one of the secret businesses carried out in different parts of Kampala, and very many people survive on it for a living.
You got my number on Instagram?
Yeah, I got the number on Instagram.
You said your who?
I'm Isaac.
So you want sex?
Yeah. So how is your packaging?
One night you're supposed to pay 300.
Is it a full day? Is it a week?
No. For a night?
How about if I want something like 2 hours?
2 hours, then that means you're going to pay half of it.
I'm paying 150.
Yeah.
How do I pay?
Pay half of it before and then you finish after the game.
According to the 1950 Penal Code, this kind of business is illegal, as Deputy Kampala Metropolitan Police spokesperson Luke Owesigire explains.
It is true, prostitution is illegal. We have arrested them at many times. Like last time in Nansana, a lot of places were raised operations against them. But also their rights should be while enforced. As human beings, not as prostitutes, but as human beings, they have rights.
In a drizzling and cloudy evening at 5 p.m., I drive for close to 6 kilometers from Makerere to Kabusu. I have reached Kabusu Total petrol station, where Linda welcomes me with jokes and laughter. We are having an interactive walk of about 3 minutes to where she works from as a sex worker. As we approach drop-in lodge, multitudes of used and unused condoms welcome me, which definitely clarifies how busy this place is. Here Linda sits me down and narrates on how she joins the business.
I became a sex worker shortly after I had lost my husband, who left me with 2 children. Everything was difficult for me. I had to parent, fees, and feed my family. In addition to that, I have a heart condition whose medication is so expensive. Even government hospitals do not offer it for free, so I have to buy it to survive.
She continues telling me the challenges she faces in her business.
As sex workers, we face many challenges. Our worst being physical violence from some of the clients. Men beat us when we want to use condoms. One time, a man took me to a lodge. When we reached, he asked how much the fee would be for the night. I told him 50,000 Ugandan shillings, which he agreed to. I was excited and ready to get to work. I pulled out my condom and undressed my lower body. He asked why I didn't fully undress and started beating me. He ripped off all my clothes and insisted on not using a condom, saying I had been disrespectful. It is not a bad job, but the way police treats us is terrible. They move with sticks on the road and beat us. There is a way they look down on sex workers as people with no freedoms and no rights.
Women's Organization Network for Human Rights Advocacy, WNETHA, is a sex workers organization that hopes in promoting and protecting human rights as advocacy for sex workers' rights.
I'm Natkunda Diana, a female sex worker. I work with Women Organization Network for Human Rights Advocacy, in short WNETHA, which is a sex work-led organization. WNETHA have different programs, has the advocacy and communication, so train peer educators to support the sex workers on ground, and these peer educators are being elected by the fellow sex workers. We also do condom and lubricant distribution and education. Then under the advocacy, here we train paralegals who also act as lawyers, since we know that we have few lawyers who support sex workers, and we also train our own sex workers on human rights. We also have the economic empowerment where sex workers are trained on different skills. We have the functional adult literacy where they study computer skills, reading and writing, how these sex workers are trained. 70% of the staff of WONETHA are sex workers, and they know these hotspots, and also they support in mapping the hotspots. Also through outreaches, that's how WONETHA is able to identify the sex workers. They pay a membership fee of 12,000, which is renewed every year.
Linda explains how the organization has helped her on learning how to fight for her rights and curbing the issue of contracting sexually transmitted diseases.
I joined WONETHA without qualification papers. Here, they started teaching us that being a sex worker does not take away our humanity. We were trained and equipped with skills on how to rescue and support our fellow workers who had been arrested. WONETHA distributes to us condoms in different sites. The organization has really worked so hard to fight for our rights as sex workers. It has even trained me in leadership skills, and I am now a peer educator.
Following the recent UNAIDS data, approximately 570 young women aged 15 to 24 years get infected with HIV/AIDS every week in Uganda and stand hopeless. Isaac Akampurira reports.